March 21st, 2025, and let's catch up with a little vloggy vlog about what's been going on. Life has been amazing and crazy, and I'm going to catch you guys up. So, let's talk about what I'm doing right now. It is a Friday, and I am getting ready to go to a promo photo shoot for the Gavel Gab podcast that's going to be releasing, don't hold me to it, but we're hoping for, I think, June 5th. So we're going to do some promo shots, and I've decided I think I do want to invest in a billboard for the law firm, so maybe we'll get some shots for that too, definitely some social media stuff. Don't worry, if you want to see it all, I'm sure I'll be posting about it. But if you notice this, well, actually, I look kind of pale in the video, but I have a little bit of a glow, at least I'm telling myself that, because I just got back from the Bahamas. I went on a cruise with my lovely mother. We've decided, so I turned 30, so it was a cruise to kind of celebrate my 30th birthday together, and her and I have decided that for every 5-year milestone that both of us have, so my 30th, hers will be her 55th, and then my 35th, and then her 60th, and so on, we are going to plan a trip together. The very first one was a cruise. I've never been on a cruise, and honestly, when we decided to do this in January, I guess we started talking about it in November, December. The law firm was maybe struggling a little bit. I was a little bit worried about finances, and I was just stressed in general, and I didn't want to do a whole planning. I love to plan a trip, but I was like, I want easy, and a cruise, you get on the boat, and then you don't have to cook, you don't have to clean, you don't have to do any of those things. You just pick your excursions, and boom, bing, bang, boom, it's all taken care of. So that sounded really nice to me. So that's what we did. And for a little backstory, because there was a little chaos. We originally were booked and had paid in full for a Royal Caribbean cruise, but I had a wedding that I moved it for because I didn't realize the wedding was that day. Didn't end up going to that wedding. I was going to someone's date that I was no longer dating at that time, so all of this chaos could have been avoided, but I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be at this wedding. So I moved the cruise. This was still with Royal Caribbean. It was the same cruise, just different dates, about 2 weeks later. And unfortunately, when I did that, it was a more expensive cruise. And there's a non-refundable deposit to get back. So I owed them a couple $100. And I was like, no big deal. I'm going to cover that since I'm the one moving the cruise. Fine. Well, I didn't do it on the phone. I remember asking, can I just go ahead and pay it now? And he was like, no, it's going to take a second to process, just do it in your account. Well, my Royal Caribbean account was connected to my personal email, which, let me just tell you, I don't check often. I have, 3 different work emails that I check, so that's a lot. So I did not see the email that was sent on, December 28th that said, hey, you have to pay by the 31st or we're going to cancel your cruise. So the first or second week of January, I went to check in on the cruise because I was like, oh my gosh, I think I owe some money. And by that point, it was canceled. Royal Caribbean was not helpful. I literally got $300 refunded, even though everything that I saw, it looked like I should have gotten 100% refund minus the deposit, but whatever. Neither here nor there. I was just like, holy moly, what do I do? We've already booked plane tickets. Anywho, I could not get us back on the same cruise because the only thing that was still available were ocean balcony rooms. And just being honest, it was my first cruise. That was just not necessary. That was more than was necessary. So I found a Carnival cruise that was going from the same port, same days. We did not want to be on Carnival. It's a party cruise. We wanted relaxation. We wanted adults. We wanted that kind of thing. But it happened. So we ended up on Carnival. It was a great time with my mom. Loved the Bahamas. We did this private adults only, private butler service for the day while we were in the Bahamas, and it was wonderful. So got back from that on Monday, and whenever I go on trips, I get totally rejuvenated. I'm like, let's conquer the world. So we got to the airport. We did a Everglades tour once we got back because we had the whole day. We got to port in the morning, think we got off the boat around 9 a.m. and neither of our flights were till after 5 p.m. So did the Everglades tour. Then we got to the airport around lunchtime, and I looked at my mother and I said, I love you. We've been hanging out so much, but I need to chat with my bestie, ChatGPT, and plan my world domination because I am ready to take over the world. So yeah, that's where I was like, okay, gonna do the blog. I mean, not the blog, sorry, podcast. So podcast is coming this summer. And we're gonna do some promo things, other little updates on the business. Things are going great. Everything is like so on track. I started free consultations at the beginning of the year, as a way to boost, clients because my client intake was a little lower than I wanted it to be. And I was only planning to do free consults for a month, but it's been just such a smashing success. And while some of the people clearly have the consult as a fact-finding mission, they know nothing about family law. They're not even sure if they're going to get divorced because they just want to know what their rights are. I love being able to help people with that. So, 30 minutes out of my day to do these. I mean, again, I usually give people more than the 30 minutes and I have multiple a day. So at some point I will have to cut back as client work is getting to be a lot higher because these people are becoming clients and lots of work to do. But it feels like such a good way to give back because I'm on a lot of Facebook groups and I see so much misinformation where people are like, oh, you can't do that or you can't do this. And I'm like, that is so wrong. And I will have like the big one that I hear all the time in consults. So I just say it now. People seem to think, and this is North Carolina specific. So in North Carolina, you have to live separate and apart for a year before you can file for divorce. And so I will have people that are like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I want to leave. But my husband, my wife said that that's abandoning the marriage. It's literally a requirement in this state to be separated for a year. So how are you supposed to do that if it's considered abandonment? It's not. It's crazy. So I just tell people that now because I had literally half a dozen people tell me that in like a month. I was like, all right, we gotta make sure people don't think that. Like, you can leave the marriage. And my God, if it's for domestic violence reasons, like, please leave the marriage. It is crazy with the things that I hear and the things that I read on Facebook pages and Facebook groups and Google. So I really like being able to talk to these people in these consults and at least give them accurate information as they're making, very large decisions that are going to impact their lives and their kids' lives. So, I really enjoy free consults and I'm going to keep doing them as long as my business coach says that we can maintain it and it makes sense. It will be part of our business model. Other updates, I'm going to try to do these vlogs a little more consistently. I was waiting on, and I'm using it. I hope it's going to be pretty quality, but I bought a DJI, like a little fancy camera because I was trying to do these on my phone and I kept running out of storage space. And so I would think that I filmed for like 10 minutes and it would get 2 minutes and I was like, we don't have room for this. So that was really annoying and also like a waste of time. But I had issues with the camera coming in, so it took a little longer than I wanted, but I'm going to try to do these more frequently and more consistently. The other, big life update is I am, it's fun when you're a divorce and family law attorney. You get asked all the time. Okay, we're going to start working on here. But I get asked all the time about, does it, change the way that you think about dating? Does it make you cynical? Obviously it does. But I met someone at the beginning of this year, a week or two into January of 2025. And it was, immediately so different than anyone I've ever dated. My friends and family are like, I don't know who you are. The way that you talk about this man and want to spend time with him is crazy. My therapist is I actually just got back from therapy. I go about once a month. I just chit-chatting with her and really talking about things, and I'm kind of doing it preemptively. If I have to like deal with a crisis or grief or something like that, I don't want to be starting my therapy journey with like the basics. I want to already have a therapist that kind of knows me and what's going on. So anyway, she's like, you are such a different person than you were your very first session with me. Like, it's crazy. So, I'll just say things are going really, really well. And so, that's been a really like fun, exciting, happy part of my life because, you know, this is where law meets life. I am a lawyer. I do prenups and divorces, and so it does shape the way that I feel about dating, and I think it has an impact on how serious I take it. I just turned 30, and I'm like not wanting to get a divorce. I mean, no one wants to get a divorce, but I've made decisions in relationships. Oh my goodness, Remy, calm down. I've made poor relationship decisions that like I should have known better with what I do, and like I'm finally in something where I'm like, wait, if I'm as a like divorce lawyer, I'm proud of like the situation that I'm in and the decisions I'm making. So, you know, TBD on that. Might share more, might not. We'll see. The other thing that's kind of going on is I have two legal interns, and it's end of March, so they are getting close to approaching final season. So I'm gonna lose them in about a month, probably like in mid-April, and then they'll graduate. I'm so excited for both of them. They're gonna be studying for the bar, and I remember I did not have like a fancy job lined up after taking the bar. Like I kind of did that after I took it, I think. And there were some people that had like big law stuff, and I remember the firms like delivering them these cute little like prep packets and like good luck packages to the law school where we were studying. I was like, oh, that's so cool. I want that. So I know that they watch on YouTube. So hi guys. One of the fun things that I'm working on, oh my gosh, I broke my forehead, is figuring out what I'm gonna do for them. So what it is will be a surprise, but that I'm doing it is not. So if you see your friends, this is for my people, if you see your friends get little packages, know that you have some coming. I am planning to do that for you guys because I love you, and I would not be able to be me and run the law firm and then still be able to be chaotic Carlie without the two of you. So don't worry. But the other cool news is I have a new intern that is going to be starting with me in May. So she is wonderful. I interviewed with her a few weeks ago. I offered her the opportunity and she said yes. So I will have a new, lovely, wonderful intern to join the Strive Law Firm team. And I came back from my trip to the Bahamas. Like, whenever I travel, I get like so inspired. I truly want to rule the world when I come back. And so I decided on this cruise ship, I was like, I am pissed off at all these yachts that I see. They don't have to wait in line. They don't have to like be at port at a certain time so they don't get left. And I said, by the time I'm 35, so my mom's turning 55 next September 2026. So we've already booked our second cruise. We're going to do Virgin Voyages. And I saw it, but then the next one is my 35th. And I'm like, I am either going to own or charter a yacht. We're not doing this cruise thing. And it's kind of a joke. I mean, not really, but it's one of those, like, maybe I don't actually buy it because maybe I don't actually want to be a yacht owner. And again, maybe we charter it, but I want to be in the position in life where I could. And I think that that's a great goal, and that's a great, like, thing to work towards. There's probably other things I care about a little more than owning a yacht, but, it was sort of that moment where I realized, okay, the law firm turned a year old. My interns actually threw me and the law firm a 1-year party because, again, they are so incredibly wonderful, and I could not be me without them. But the law firm is a year old as of, like, 2 weeks ago, I think. And it's time to get serious about what that 5-year growth plan looks like, which will get me to being 35. So it'll be actually the 6th year of the firm. And so I worked backwards. I said, hey, ChatGPT, hey, bestie, hey, friend. Also, if you have, I like pay for it because I use it so much. But if you are a ChatGPT person, the upgraded version, let me just tell you, it slaps. So I basically started working backwards. I was like, these these are, in the next 5 years, these are the things I want to do. It's like, you know, I want to save X amount of money for a down payment. I want to pay off my student loans. Here's my current balance. Here's my interest rate. Remy, stop. Want to say hey to Remy? Oh, this is crazy here. Remy, come here. Do you just want, are you making all that noise because you want to say hi? Say hi. Remy says hi. Oh, if you've seen Remy in other videos, he's a little make-a-mole rat. He's grown out a little bit, but his face kind of looks like a Cocker Spaniel, don't you think? My grandparents had a Cocker Spaniel growing up. I kind of love it. Okay, go be quiet. I love you. Okay, I actually need to hurry because I'm running late. But this is gonna happen anyway, so I thought I might as well chit chat and vlog with you anyway at the same time. So, I want to save a certain amount for a down payment. I actually just want, like, I want a very modest house. I don't want anything crazy because I want to travel, and I also want to buy or lease commercial space at some point for expansion of the firm. So I'm kind of more focused on that as a goal than home ownership. I love my apartment. I love where I live, and I love that when things break, I don't even have to deal with it. So I'm okay for the time being. I'm not like, oh my God, I have to own a home to be successful. I actually like weighed the pros and cons to some extent. This is a better option for me. Obviously, I know that I'm not like building equity, blah, 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 but look, I'm planning to be able to buy a yacht in 5 years, so it's fine. I don't have to have a house to prove anything to anyone. So this is something I've struggled with for years. It doesn't on its own mean you're successful, but I do want to get there. And so I told it how much I wanted to have for a down payment. I want to pay off my student loans, that I want to have like this much in my retirement. And so I gave it all like so specific. I probably typed for 20 minutes all the things I want to do. I was also like, you know, I might want to get married and have a wedding, and this is like how much I think would be nice to have saved and be able to spend. And I want to travel, and I want to buy a yacht in 2030, I think. And I was like, I don't know about yacht ownership. Can you explain to me what are the associated costs besides just the purchase price? We started there, and then it broke down what the firm revenue goals should be, what percentage ownership distributions I should be taking from that, how I should be distributing it. And then I also did like a cost analysis of when I start expanding. Should I do franchise model or should I do a traditional new firm location model? That was a super interesting analysis. Again, I'm like an absolute nerd about these things. I could talk about it for hours. So if any of these things interest you, like, drop a comment and I'll do a video on it, but I don't want to bore you guys if you don't find it as interesting as I do. But yeah, I broke down the amount revenue. Then it also gave me a hiring schedule of like when I need to be hiring attorneys, paralegal staff, admin, things like that. And I also did a cost analysis on, like, currently I have a private office in a co-working space, and I love it there, and I find a lot of value in it, and also it's so much more affordable, and there's so many perks. There's free coffee, there's free sodas, there's water, there's free snacks every day, there's free breakfast every morning. I have a mailbox, I am on Google Maps and Apple Maps, and the furniture's already included. Like, that's crazy. And so I was curious about, well, as we grow and have lots of attorneys, can I continue in a co-working structure? And if I expand into new cities, can I put the attorneys in a co-working space? And is that going to be cost effective? Let me just, spoiler, it is. It's like wild. But it also told me like at what's the turning point for actually having our own commercial space, either leased or owned. So that was really cool, and that fit into the 5-year plan. I mean, let me just tell you, ChatGPT and I, where we just had so much fun planning our world domination of the law firm and how to grow and scale and do all these things. And I just can't wait to like build the real team. Like it's like, oh, attorney number 3, attorney number 7. One day those will be real people. They'll have names. They'll be part of the team and part of the family. So I'm so pumped. And I just feel like this is the beginning of so many beautiful, wonderful things. And I'm just like on top of the world lately, guys. Like, I can't tell you. I'm just like so happy. So I am going to finish getting ready and I will show you the final look, not the outfits, but I'll take my new little cami with me, and I'll show you maybe some behind the scenes. We'll see. And stay tuned for the next vlog. Again, I'm going to try to make these more consistent. If you have any thoughts on any of the stuff that I talked about, especially related to business, drop a comment. Tell me about it, because I want to talk about things that you guys care about. And honestly, I don't know what you guys care about. I'm just like talking about all the things under the sun. So I will either see you for behind the scenes look at the photo shoot today, or I'll see you next time. Bye! Behind the scenes.
Oh my god, it's so funny.